Hey, I'm Nick Mack, and I wanted to film a paint commission and the steps I took to create it, for you to follow along or work with as an aid if you're looking for tips on bringing smaller designs into large-scale paintings. I got my hands on some primer. This can be any type from gesso to emulsion, and you can research online which primer works best with the paint you're using, but honestly, almost anything does the job. So, what was this painting? The client wanted it to be within the theme of mental health, but focusing on the positive, on colour, inspiration and life. The light at the end of the tunnel thinking, something that will remind good things will always come. So the main idea was to create a bold and colourful figure that represented hope. I printed the line work of my design and stuck it together to create a template. I got a graphite stick and went to work making my own version of transfer paper. And with a biro, I went over the printed line work so that it transfers the graphite onto the board to make an exact copy. I toned the board with watered down acrylic to seal in the graphite marks. It makes sure that they don't smudge or bleed into the colours I use for the painting and keeps them more below the surface. And as you can see, it's the perfect base with a clear guide for my design. Now the fun part. There's not much to say here about this stage of the process, but I know the power and motivation that can come from simply seeing someone else do something, and it's something I'm trying to do more of. As videos are always a helpful way to learn, especially if you're anything like me. And although every artist does things differently, I believe the more we share, the more we learn from each other and grow as a community, and the better we all become. So the figure in this painting has a hole in the body that touches on the darkness, on the struggle that we all have. In the figure's hand is a light. Could it be its heart, its soul, its inspiration? It's up to the person viewing the work, but essentially it shows that it's in the figure's hand, showing that it's always within grasp, that it can be held, or that maybe even the figure has always had it, and that it came from itself. An important thing here was when I added yellow, I saw immediately that the red tone below would mean it would take a lot of coats to cover it. So to avoid this, I decided to paint a white base on all the yellow parts to save time and to ensure that the yellow parts wouldn't be a lot thicker than the other sections, keeping it all even and clean. And now, here it comes, my favourite part. Line work. If you're doing clean designs that are almost digital looking, I really recommend going with a Posca. And the details of what I use and where to buy them are in the description below. And although I do like working with brushes and having a more textured look, this design called for neatness. And as I have an illustration background, drawing on a canvas was such a satisfying thing to do. And if you need any more clues as to me being a fan of this part, let the sheer amount of smooth, silky close-ups make the point for me. Use a spray varnish when having used Poscas to seal those lines in, as anything else would smudge if you brush it over the top. And here it is. Thank you so much for watching and being here. I appreciate it more than you know. If you want to see more behind the scenes photos and videos of what I'm working on between YouTube uploads, consider supporting me on Patreon, or you can also follow me on my socials. But apart from that, thank you so much for watching again. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you soon.